players has been nothing new for you in your short time as head coach. How is, last year and the start this year and the unprecedented circumstances prepared you for how you look at the roster and the right rotation?
Well, it's definitely something I've become accustomed to. So it's not anything that's throwing us off our stride, so to speak. I think that's it's always a little bit difficult to try to figure out from stretch to stretch who's available and what's the best way to proceed given the short term and the long term. Having said that, I think it's great that we got so many guys back and we can start to reincorporate them and give them opportunities and just basically keep learning about ourselves and analyzing and seeing how we can improve.
Specific with Philadelphia, what's allowed you to have success against them in the 2 games you played so far?
Yeah, I mean, I think I thought in game 1 we had a lot of heart in the second half to find a way. LaMarcus made a bunch of shots. Other guys stepped up as well, but we found a way to kind of grind that one out. And then, I thought the energy in game 2, we had all the rookies playing and they played really hard. They played with confidence and freedom and they produced. And I just thought that kind of energy and athleticism and youth was relentless. And, Kevin led us and Patty and PG, but the rookies, added an element with their, energy and athleticism.
Steve, 2 things. And now that you're getting everybody back, obviously, including Kyrie, have you had any discussions with him about potentially changing his opinion on getting vaccinated? Has that come up at all?
No, not since we had those conversations in the preseason, and since then we have not.
And just in terms of, obviously, you spent 2 weeks kind of doing a mass unit, right? Now you're starting to get everybody back. Now you also are kind of on a separate track, I assume, trying to figure out how you're going to manage this home road thing. Like how are you going to kind of prepare for what I would imagine would sort of be 2 different teams with that and available some games and not others? I thought to try to get back to some sort of flow.
Yeah, I mean, I may be a little naive, but I think I just keep it really simple. Kyrie, plays on the road and we figure out how he rejoins the group, finds his rhythm and his place in the team. And when we come home, we're back to normal the way we've been all year. So I just try to keep it really simple. Don't overanalyze it or complicate it. Try to enjoy it and try to put him in a position to succeed and to enjoy what he's doing. And then, the positives of having him back can be high and that can also have an effect, hopefully, on us when he's not in the lineup and guys are, not having as much of a burden in every single game. You're welcome.
Steve, when you saw what James did come out of protocols, does it sort of heighten your expectation for what Kevin can do? Are these guys just that good, or is there sort of a level even for these guys that's not normal?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to hide my expectations. I would not be surprised the way Kevin is if he plays great, but I also have no problem if it takes him a minute to find and regain his rhythm. So, it was exceptional what James did. And, Kevin's capable of that as well, as are the others. But at the same time, you want to give them room, here to kind of get their legs underneath them, find that rhythm and confidence again. In our league, we get so attuned to, playing every other day that when you take that type of time off, it's a lot bigger than I think, people on the outside world would imagine. It really does. And so that leads me to say that what James was able to do and how he was able to play was exceptional in considering the circumstances. And so I wouldn't expect that from anyone else, but it's possible. And if they do, great. If they don't, that's fine. We'll continue to, to break them in, so to speak, and get them back to their best.
Coach, does Joel Embiid's game remind you of anybody that maybe you played against, or is he kind of unique in his body and his skill set?
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty unique. You could make comparisons, but really he's, at his size, the way he plays, moves and scores in the mid range, is very unique. And, he can dominate at both ends. And, we've seen lots of dominant centers at both ends, but probably not a ton with his size, strength, mobility, and shot making.
Anything else? Thank you.
Thanks.